If you have ever tried giving someone advice only to see them not take action, it can really be frustrating. Here's the deal. People are always filtering, but why do they do it? Hi, I'm Terry Thompson, and I've worked with thousands of authors and entrepreneurs all around the world, showing them tips, tools, techniques, and resources to sell more books, increase visibility to products and services, and how to lead with influence and impact. I am always looking for tools to add to my toolkit so that I can share with my audience. But you know what? I can share all the tips, tools, techniques, and resources in the world. It is still up to you to take appropriate action. And that action is based on your filter. You see, I've given advice that does not always get followed. As frustrating as that can be to see that basically happen as a coach, keep in mind that people are always filtering. But why do people filter? Before we go into that, let me share a quick story with you. Here's the story of trading places. If you've ever traded places with anyone, in other words, walked a mile in their shoes, or even better, you can empathize with them, you will never understand their needs, their wants, or their desires. I've seen coaches, mentors, and so-called experts talk to their, basically talk their systems, their programs, their 12 steps to whatever before really fully ever understanding the deeply rooted issue that has not been presented yet. Here's my point with that. My point with that is that most people will only share just enough information that they're comfortable with until trust is built. And before trying to give advice, it is best for you to listen more before you speak. Here's the deal. When you listen more than you speak, you open the doors for trust to be established, and you will receive a deeper level of information to paint a clearer picture of a need, a want, or a desire. But here's also the deal. If you cut that person off too soon, that person will not open up to you, and you will miss vital pieces of the puzzle to provide the correct level of feedback, input, tips, tools, techniques, resources, or even advice that will support the desired outcome or the bigger problem or the deeper issue. If this happens, I'm telling you right now, you will not serve the other person correctly, which will destroy their perspective of you. Once again, people are always on guard. We are oblivious to lots of things that are happening out there, to include advertisements, sales tactics, salesy people, people that are narcissistic and just out for themselves. People are always on guard for that because we've experienced a lot of that over the years, to the point to where people are always on their guard. They're always on the defense and will absolutely filter what does not serve them. People will filter things that you try to share with them, even if you know, or even if they know that it works, or if it will help them. Everything in life that people filter is really based on a few things. Those things include, but are not limited to, beliefs, values, knowledge, skills, and experience. But it's from a perspective of their values, their beliefs, their knowledge, their skills, and their experience, not necessarily yours. You can have all the knowledge, skills, values, everything in the world to share. Okay. And no matter what you're trying to share, if what you have to offer does not coincide with their beliefs, their values, their knowledge, their skills, or their experience, they will filter it. And although that is frustrating, it's a fact of life. Now, you might be thinking that you know exactly what someone needs to hear to be successful. And that's great. That might be true. But what someone needs to hear, wants to hear, and must hear are completely different things. You see, in order for you to filter that, you must first listen. You must first listen. Ensure that the other person has said everything they wanted to say, and use some of their own language in your answer to provide your solution. You have to use some of their own language, some of the things that they're looking for, that they are familiar with. So try to make sense out of what it is that they are saying. And you do that by listening. Use that language to prove your point, to make your point, to offer your solution, or whatever it may be. You might also be saying to yourself that you have years of knowledge, you have years of experience, and your solution is the best solution. Well, that might also be true, but keep in mind that your way is not always the way or the highway. Have you ever heard that saying? Well, it's my way or the highway. That's fantastic. Most people will take the highway. I guarantee it. Keep this in mind. Your way is not the way. It's merely a way. And the other person still must make the choice of taking action on your advice or your way. It's about them. They have to make it their way in order to make a change. You know, I can't even begin to tell you how many times that I just wanted to reach out and do the work for someone just to get it done because I know that it works and to prove to them that, well, I'm right. But I would completely be doing that other person an absolute disservice if I did not allow them to discover for themselves what works best for them and let them discover what the right way is, what the way or their way, more importantly, is. Now, I can and will provide a way, but also keep in mind, I also understand that it's not the only way. I can give you a way. I can show you tips, tools, techniques, knowledge, experience, resources. I can show you all that, but you still have to make a choice to make it your own and take action for yourself. So here's what I want you to do. The next time that you are compelled to provide someone advice, keep this in mind. Keep in mind that it is more powerful to listen so the other person is fully heard and fully understood before you begin to offer a solution that might not necessarily be the right choice. I also want you to keep in mind that no matter what you say, no matter what you believe works or does not work for that matter, it is still up to the other person that you're providing advice to filter, and they will filter, to take action. Now, that's where it gets a little bit tricky because I'm telling you right now that I've offered advice to thousands of people and it's frustrating to see them not take action, but it's still their choice. They still must make that choice to take action. And this is where it becomes important as well, too. It is important for them to gain their own understanding of what works for them and what does not work. It is up to them to gain their own understanding, their own feedback, their own success, their own failure. And once again, filter that. Put in their toolkit what works. Remove from their toolkit what does not work. And finally, this is the one big mistake that I hear this all the time. I see it all the time, is not making it about them. Keep in mind, when you're trying to offer advice, make it about them instead of talking about you. So often people try to make it about themselves. Well, me, and me. I'm telling you right now that doing so will completely turn the other person away from you. Even they won't even want to listen to you because you will sound selfish, you will sound narcissistic, and you will appear to not even remotely care about them or their needs, their wants, their desires, those deeper issues. Remember, even though your advice might be the best advice in the world, it's not always about you. You must make it about them. You must use their own language within your offer, within your solution, within your feedback, within your advice. Make it about them. All right, so thanks for watching. If you got value from this video, please subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, share this out across your social media platforms, and here's the deal. As a special gift just for watching, I have a couple of free books for you. Do this right now. If you head over to my website, www.terrywadethompson.com, you will see my books, How to Have a Great Day and Leadership Solved, absolutely for free. I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next video.